You are now locked in to the latest and the greatest on the Android system. This is the channel that gives you information every day in every way possible. Now make sure you hit the like button on your way in, hit the bell as well, subscribe to become a member of the family, and check out the full catalog of videos that I made just for you. I'll see you right after these messages. Peace. If you want to know about the hidden features for the Alcatel 7, just stay tuned. Now the first one is the inside the Closer TV application. It's when all your streaming platforms are paired into one, but the first thing you're going to get is a remote control for the IR blaster. Now, for me and my personal preference, I like to use Zaza remote, which is actually located in the Play Store. It's one of my favorite IR blasters that I've used forever, and what the benefit of having this one is that you can actually pair up to more than a dozen devices, so like your cable TV, your amplifier, and your TV, and much more. So basically what you're going to do is press all the associated buttons that it indicates you to press, and then click the check mark on the bottom to activate it. Then continue to follow the prompts as it guides you through the setup process here. Now you're just going to keep pressing the check mark after you've actually accessed and set up all the buttons. Now it's going to ask you to do the power button, the volume button, the mute button, and you're just going to press the check mark each time it pairs. Now let's go ahead and set up the cable box right here under satellite, STB satellite. Then select the model, which is Motorola. If you have a different one, you can select the model. There's over 1,000 or more here, which is actually really cool. So it doesn't matter what kind of model you have, the Zaza remote is actually going to pair it with your IR blaster, and you'll basically be able to have your remote control in the palm of your hand all the time, because everyone has their phone on them all the time, but not necessarily their TV remote. So it's actually really cool. So go ahead and confirm and pair each one. And last one that I'm going to pair is the Samsung surround sound amplifier, which is going to basically ask me to set that up too. So you can see I can control the input right here, and it gives me access to not only the cable but also like the Xbox setting. If you're in the HDMI or anything like that, you can control pretty much every single button with the Zaza remote. So I definitely find this application helpful, more so than I do the one that comes with the phone. Now that face technology on the Alcatel 7 is actually really fast, as you can see there. So I was able to pair it successfully, and now we're just gonna go here and we're gonna locate the second feature. So the second feature is cast your screen. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pair the phone via Wi-Fi to the actual TV set. Basically what's going to happen is whatever's going to show on your phone will show up on your TV. So you're going to have access to your TV, such as games, anything that your phone is showing, it's going to show up on the screen. So I was able to play PUBG paired on my smart device to my TV. As you can see, the graphics for the Alcatel 7 are actually pretty smooth. One of the things I liked is that everything was really solid and the performance was really good. And not only that, it lets you turn on the setting for HD, which I haven't seen on any of the budget devices I've had thus far. So the Alcatel 7 is actually configured to be set up with PUBG in the higher gaming graphics, which is actually pretty cool. Now go to security and locations for the next tip, and we're going to go to pin your screen. So what you're going to do once you've clicked that indication and set it up is you're going to basically open up the app that you desire to pin to your screen, then press the most recent apps button, go all the way down and look for the pin button. Now, once that button has been initiated, what it's going to do is lock it to your screen of the Alcatel 7. So it's not going to be like going anywhere. You're going to be in this screen, paired in there until you press the back button and the most recent apps button, which will initiate an unlock of the screen, the pin screen, or the screen pin, and then you can get out of it. So let's just jump right into the tip number 3, which is actually taking a screenshot with that designated button on the notification bar or the bottom volume rocker and the power button. You can see I could do that all with my thumb. Those buttons are very responsive, and you don't have to dig into them to get the desired click of your choice. Now let's jump into the next tip, which is located on the home screen. Basically, you can see the home screen buttons disappear when you're inside of an app or when you're actually in the home screen. So that was actually pretty cool because you could use the whole 6-inch display when you're browsing content and just looking through your Alcatel 7. So you can see here, if you go to settings and you just go to display and then you just go here, it gives you all the options here in notification bar, such as different configurations and different colors to choose from. So you can mess around with all the different locations of the buttons and change the colors of the buttons, which I thought was pretty cool customization feature for the Alcatel 7. So I was playing around with that a whole lot. Definitely was enjoying that feature. Um, Really cool hidden feature there. So now we're going to jump into accessibility, and there's going to be a button located right here that is going to be the power button for ending your calls, because a lot of the times when you're on a phone call, you have to unlock the screen, then look at the device, then open the dialer, and then look for the end call button. But when you set this button up right here, you can end your call right away. All right, so definitely some cool features there, but we're not done. Stay locked in. Now we have the double press the power button feature, which will open up the camera when you actually need it really quick. The screen can be locked and you just want to get to that camera real quick to take some shots. And then you do get this compass right here, which is an app built inside of the phone. It has the directional degrees right there, northwest, um, northeast, southeast, everything like that, and your location built right in. So the other one here is the actual currency converter built right inside of the calculator app, which I've never actually seen before, and that was pretty cool. I mean, you can convert currency if you're traveling abroad, or let's say you just need to make a quick business consultation, and you need to find out what currency you're going to be using and how to convert it. That's built right into the calculator, which was really cool. And then they have the metric system converter, so that was built inside as well. So this is not your regular calculator inside of the Alcatel 7. This is highly um, productive, highly convenient, and very useful calculator here, with the scientific calculator features such as pi and all the other settings that you might want to use if you're taking advanced mathematics and you just need that. Maybe you're in school or something and pull out that calculator. You don't have to buy like one of those really expensive calculators. Now, another cool feature that they had was the video messaging. They also had the predictive text, or called typing indication, which basically allowed you to see when the person you were talking to is typing inside of the stock messaging applications. And then you get this option here, which lets you send really big files inside of the Messenger app, which is not common with the Android smartphone, but they actually have that built in. Another useful feature that I did come to notice was that you can actually um, route the call to voicemail if you're in contact. So you select the contact, and instead of blocking that number, you could just reroute it. Then you get this option here just type call inside of settings menu, and you can actually put here if you want to get messages from anyone, contacts only, or specific options there. And you've got these do not disturb options, which are really good for gaming. Now, if you're in a game, you don't want to be getting phone calls or text messages or anything like that. So put those features on depending on your personal needs, personal preference, and the situation. Let's say you're playing PUBG and you're about to get, chicken dinner. You don't want somebody getting a phone call in that moment when you're about to win. Now we do have something in this actual shortcuts features for the lock screen. So there's a ton of shortcut features for the lock screen. You can go ahead and manipulate those. You can choose only up to 5, so that I had just hit my max, but you can see right here there's a whole list of shortcut features which you can initiate. Just lock the screen, unlock it, and then at the bottom they have all those features right there built right inside. So if you just double click it and then press the unlock button or use the facial recognition to unlock it, and you can get to that feature really quickly. Also, they did have Wi-Fi calling. Now when you're connected to the Wi-Fi calling is really useful if you don't have a good reception in your area and you need that Wi-Fi real quick. That was pretty cool. So I was enjoying all these features inside of the Alcatel 7, which were really helpful. So this feature right here, this one was available for Nougat, but it's actually available for Oreo, where you can change the size of the display, make bigger, smaller text, and then you get a screensaver here, which is another really cool hidden feature. So when you're not using the phone, you can initiate that and have it like show you the time, date, and day. Also, inside of the smart manager, they had these options here where you can check out the memory available and set up different ways to look at the memory. But not only that, you can go inside the apps and you can clear cache. Now they did have this cool feature inside of the smart manager, which was like this hibernating feature, which basically meant you didn't have to actually clean the ROM every single time, because those applications would automatically hibernate. So this is how you would actually clean the cache for those applications, because I know a lot of people were like, how do I clean up the cache? This phone is a little different than other ones I've seen before, but yeah, you could still manipulate cleaning the cache from those applications that you want to free up memory with. So just follow those steps and you can actually do that. But that concludes the hidden features for the Alcatel 7. Definitely think this phone is worth the purchase and definitely has a ton of hidden features inside of it. That build quality is really nice and premium. But definitely hit that like button, definitely subscribe, and hit the bell as well. It's your boy Serrano, and thank you for watching. And make sure you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, have a great night. Peace.